One laser fires and suddenly the planet needs surgery.
Precision orbital mining. Totally not terrifying.
Crack the crust, drop the sight beacon, call it progress. Tell me that wasn't in the flight plan.
I have no idea, but damn, that thing was fast.
Guess airspace control took the day off. Anyway, Daymar's just sand in every joint, dirt in my seals, and those little worms popping out of the ground like it's normal.
I'd tell you to relax, but the moment either of you twitches, this turns into a math problem you can't solve.
I don't think I have a big enough gun for this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that thing is compensating for something.
Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes more or less ship review, right behind me, the Aegis Avenger Titan. Let's go ahead and take a look. Welcome back to another review. Thank you Archangel 8 and Cypher 1 for joining me on today's review of the Aegis Avenger Titan. Taking a look at this ship, it is a starter ship by nature, but a lot of experienced players do enjoy flying this ship as well because of what it has to offer. Taking a look, it does have a $60 price tag on the pledge store, or you can buy it in game for 1,358,280 aUEC. Definitely not a bad price at all. Now you do have a claim time of 4 minutes and 3 seconds, or if you were to expedite it, it's 1 minute and 21 seconds, allowing you to get back out there rather quickly if your ship ends up destroyed or lost somewhere in space. Now, as the pilot, you do have a total burst damage per second of 2,360 stock due to the 1.4 Revenant ballistic Gatling gun with a round speed of 1,200 meters per second. And then if you look at your other guns, you do have two size 3 Omsky 9 laser cannons with a round speed of 1,400 meters per second, which what that means is you're going to have two different pips on this ship when you're out there attacking a target, which if you ask me, I don't like that. It's not good, it's not comfortable, and it actually makes it harder to do the damage that you want to do. I would swap those Omsky 9 laser cannons out for two size 3 SW16 BR3 shredders, allowing you to retain the same round speed as the Revenant ballistic Gatling guns at 1,200 meters per second. The pilot also has 4 size 2 Ignite 2 infrared missiles. Honestly, electromagnetic missiles work a little bit better in 4.5 and 4.6 as of right now, so I'd probably swap those out as well. Taking a look at the defensive nature of the ship, the Avenger Titan does have 3,960 bubble shield, which that bubble shield comes with a 16.7% physical resistance, a minus 25.3% energy resistance, and an 88.3% distortion resistance. Now, if you're asking me, that's a really good shield, especially on a starter ship. 3,960 isn't bad at all, but in the current gameplay of engineering, most people are using ballistics, so it's only going to take a little bit away from that ballistic damage. But then if you're looking at the ship's armor, you do have 1,500 ship armor with minus 15% physical damage and plus 30% energy damage, which means the energy weapon is going to do more damage to that armor, removing it from the ship, allowing that ballistic weapon to penetrate. But either way, the ballistic weapon is going to take care of this anyways because the ship has a very big lack of armor. Now you're sitting at a total health pool on this ship of 11,900, and that does spread apart to the wings quite a bit, making it a little bit hard to stay alive when you're getting attacked pretty consistently. consistently. But there is a very big advantage to this ship, which I'm about to talk about. But first, the penetration physical damage reduction on it is 20%. The penetration energy damage reduction is 35%, and penetration component damage reduction of 60%. Taking a look at the Avenger Titans, one of the strong suits outside of the firepower is its speed, sitting at 262 SCM with the 610 forward boost, a 280 backwards boost, and a top nav speed of 1,425. That's honestly impressive just because it is super fast. Now, if you're looking at the pitch yaw roll, it's a 53, 48, 190, boosted 64, 58, 228. Now, this ship does have flight blades, so if you want faster speed, you would go ahead and pick up the Avenger Titan TSB, giving you a top SCM speed of 272 with a nav speed of 1445 and a pitch yaw roll of 52, 47, 188. So you do lose some of your maneuverability, but not by a lot. And then if you want less speed, but a little bit more maneuverability, you'd pick up the Avenger Titan B blade, which gives you a top SCM of 254 with a pitch yaw roll of 54, 49, 192. And if you're asking me, I wouldn't do that. I'd get the TSB blade just because it allows you to go screaming fast, and it only changes your maneuverability by like 1 point. So definitely not terrible by any means. Now, the Avenger Titan does have 48 flares and 5 decoys, as well as 9 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 1.1 SCU of quantum fuel. So with this ship having an interior with a bed and a living space, I hate that it only has 1.1 SCU of quantum fuel. I wish it did have a bit more, somewhere around the 1.5 to 1.8 range, because I feel like anything with the living interior should be able to go a little bit more of the distance without having to rest and relax somewhere and refuel this ship. Now, this ship can carry an assortment of cargo or vehicles, including the PTV, the Pulse, and any other small craft like that, as well as you can tractor beam the ATLS on here, but you can't walk it on board. And a lot of times when tractoring it on board, you end up putting it on the roof. It's really weird, but you also carry 8 SCU of cargo. Now, when you're carrying that 8 SCU of cargo, it does block your entry point from the rear of the ship, and you will have to use your other entry to get in and off the ship, or you just won't be getting in and off at all. So let's talk about that other entry point. Taking a look at this ship here, the Avenger Titan does have 2 entry points, and at the front of the ship is where you're going to see one of them right here, where you can go ahead and access the menu to enter the ship or, bring down the ladder or whatnot. Now, when you head to the back of the ship here, you'll see this is your primary access point for loading cargo or vehicles, or if you just don't want to go through that front entrance of the ship, then that's totally okay. You can go in right here. Now, it does have like a little bit of a low-high ceiling or a little bit of a low ceiling, so you have to be very careful about that when loading certain things, but otherwise you'd come in here and this can fit 8 SCU of cargo. Now, when you load that 8 SCU of cargo, it will block this entry point right here, so you'll have to use the front, of course, and when the gold standard pass happens, you'll see a lot of your components here in this room, probably behind these blue doors. Now, you do have some nice little areas, including your hidden stash of drugs, and so let's go ahead and make our way into the living area, where you can see you have a nice bed. This mattress is actually pretty nice compared to something like an Origin ship, where it's kind of meant for like a prison mattress, but taking a look, it's not a bad looking area. Some more drug stash, right? And you also have, well, kind of physicalization, right? You got 2 of your shield generators sitting here, but I don't believe you can actually access them, so they're kind of hidden behind the panel, and you can't do much else with it. Behind you, you do have a nice area that one day might sustain some stuff, as well as a fire extinguisher. But for now, there is no refrigerator, there is no active storage on this ship, there is no active weapons racks, there is no engineering terminal. So that is one of the biggest things that puts this ship behind compared to many out there in the verse today, that the starter ships do have a lot of those, and this one doesn't. You have a lot of firepower and speed, but that might not be the end game if you're looking to store weapons, cargo, storage, all these kind of things all together. This might not be the best pick, but is definitely a fantastic one. Now let's go ahead and get into the pilot seat really quick, just to show you the cockpit, the fact that you do have a really nice looking view outside the window here. As you can see, it is really open, and then you have 3 MFDs right in front of you, as well as a radar. It's definitely not a bad looking ship by any means, and she does have amazing firepower and speed, but what about the sounds? The sounds are what just got updated in 4.6, so we might see some gold standard here sooner rather than later. Let's take a listen. Throughout this video, you heard a couple different types of what I sound like, and that's because I'm working on my audio settings. I appreciate your patience. Go ahead and let me know which kind of audio you liked better, my talking in the beginning of the video during the exterior preview, or during the intro, or right now. Whichever sounds better, I'm probably going to stick with, because currently I'm trying to get rid of as many popping noises as possible. Overall, this ship though is fantastic. It is great in PvE. In the right hands, a skilled pilot can make use of this in PvP, but a fantastic PvE ship and the ability to do quite a bit. This ship for me is an 87 out of 100 just because it is lacking crucial features of today's ships, including the weapons rack and storage locker. So other than that, it is amazing with firepower, it is amazing with speed, it is a very capable starter, as well as a very good ship for any experienced pilot out there in the verse. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you for being patient with today's video and the audio changes throughout. You guys are all truly amazing. And I just have to say thank you to my YouTube members, Patreon subscribers, everybody out there. You guys are just truly amazing. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And of course, I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Oh, no, I'm dead. I read it out. She's so fast. As soon as I shot her nose down,
If you're building a new PC, go through longshipindustries.com, a veteran-owned mom-and-pop business that takes pride in every single build. He built my personal rig, which you can actually see featured on the website. The care, warranty, and customer support are top tier. Trust Longship Industries for your next build.